Hello and welcome back to Now Daily. But first I must apologize just a little bit for yesterday live with Tadhg Hickey. My connection was bad, okay? But I promise I will come more. And he's doing actually a great job. You should go see all his live videos. He's streaming I think around 9 and I will try to do that as well. So hello my troublemakers and zombies. How was your day? Because mine was actually full investigation. I want to ask you, do you feel watched lately? Just answer in the comments and tell me how. And let me tell you, they are now destroying the books to train AI. But let's start with the real title of this story. The biggest enemies of the world? Zionism and AI, if you ask me, or if you have a little bit of logic. They are the two faces of the same coin. You know, when a small parasite who depends on the foreign muscle to sustain the survival needs power, they start owning the components that the heavy machinery needs so they can have the power. Israel, being the parasite, understood that wage war through deception helps feeding on the host. To control a giant, you don't need its size or its muscle. You just need a small parasite nested in the brain. It wraps around the levels of power and it uses the leverage of blackmail to hold the leash. The giant fights the wars and absorbs the blows, but the parasite steers the wheel, counts the gold, and runs the show. Now let's go back to AI and how it's owned and used by Israel to continue its parasitical infestation. Unit 8200, the genocidal Israeli military, has an entire department of this. Companies such as Google, Amazon, Microsoft, NVIDIA, which is an Israeli AI hardware and data processing infrastructure division. And let's go no further than that. Meta and WhatsApp. They are used for the interest of the parasite to give them information about human targets and killings. Lavender, it's an AI-powered database developed and used by the Israeli military that analyzes massive surveillance data to identify and generate potential human targets for strikes. Palantir Technologies with Alex Karp ahead. Most AI companies are owned or started by Zionists and lunatics with blind devotion to their bloody plans of destruction and control. Zionism and AI are more than tangled. The technology is the way of the parasite to control. Now let's go back to what I said at the beginning. They are destroying the books. So what are those multi-billion-dollar AI tech giants doing right now? They are buying up millions of physical books, rare historical records, antique literature and out-of-print journals, and putting them through industrial hydraulic cutters. They slice off the spines, scan the pages into private databases, and destroy the paper. If you don't smell the danger by now, and you don't correlate the obvious, you are probably one of those lab hamsters. They are erasing the physical receipts of history. Why? Because if the original texts only exist inside a corporate server, then history becomes whatever the algorithm says is today. If you want to control a population, you don't just censor the truth. You privatize the source material, feed it back into a black box, and spoon-feed the public a sanitized, committee-approved hallucination. And who owns these black boxes? From defense contractors like Palantir integrating real-time battlefield data to Google and Amazon powering state cloud infrastructure through massive military contracts, the line between tech company and war machine has completely vanished. These platforms aren't just a neutral consumer tool. They are tools of power, targeting, and spatial control. Now, are you ready for the heist? In very few years from now, the automation will handle almost everything. What follows will happen on its own. It could become the biggest robbery the world has ever witnessed, far beyond anything that we saw during the Industrial Revolution or the rise of the internet. The final stage of colonization won't be necessarily through taking land. It will be about controlling the people, their thoughts, their finances, their freedom to move, through systems that decide who gets the access, who gets rewarded, and who gets left behind. universal basic income, social scoring, and I know, this needs a larger debate and a big deep dive, but I'm not here to impress academics. I'm here to speak with the people, to tell you to think while it's still legal. Maybe you're a teacher, maybe you're a cook, a taxi driver, maybe you are a stay-at-home mom, or maybe you're just someone trying to survive another week. I'm talking to you. Don't let anyone convince you that critical thinking only belongs to experts. It doesn't. It belongs to every human being. You don't need a title to notice when something doesn't make sense. Protect your curiosity, protect your judgment, because the day you stop thinking for yourself, someone else, those monsters will do it for you. So right now, let's go back to Tadhg Hickey. I don't know what story he has for us today, because I was busy being on his live yesterday, that's my excuse, but Tadhg, please take it away.
And good evening. Diplomatic relations between Iran and Venezuela have taken an unexpected turn. Iran's ambassador has been summoned by Venezuela's new government after an Iranian official suggested the country had effectively fallen under American influence following the removal of Nicolas Maduro. Caracas condemned the remarks as contemptuous and inappropriate. Contemptuous, inappropriate. Researchers at the Institute of Accidental Self-Owns say this is always a dangerous strategy because the easiest way to disprove the accusation that you've become an American client state is probably not to immediately summon the ambassador of one of the US's oldest adversaries for saying so. It's rather like someone accusing you of being controlled by your wife and then your wife interrupting to answer on your behalf. Remember, these are traditionally close allies. For years, Tehran and Caracas were partners resisting American hegemony. Now, suddenly, Iranian diplomats are being hauled in for a dressing down. In another remarkable diplomatic development, Venezuela's new authorities have begun welcoming an Israeli diplomatic and military mission for the first time in decades. We may be looking at a bad case of vassal state denial syndrome, guys. The patient becomes increasingly offended whenever anyone suggests they're taking orders, while becoming increasingly difficult to distinguish from the people they're allegedly not taking orders from. It's a bewildering psychological condition. We categorically reject the allegation that Washington influences our foreign policy. Excellent. So why did you reprimand Iran? And why are Israeli officials now being welcomed back? And why does every major diplomatic decision seem to delight precisely the same people who supported the change of government? Now, this could all just be unfortunate coincidences, the sort of coincidences that occur every time the US accidentally helps install a government that immediately starts behaving exactly as the US hoped it would. So perhaps Iran's original remark wasn't very diplomatic, but it does create an awkward problem. Because when someone accuses you of becoming a vassal state, the worst possible first response is to behave like one. Nicole?
Thank you so much, Tadhg Hickey. And I'm not promising, but maybe I'm gonna see you guys also on his live stream today. And again, short stories, but it's very important to use your critical thinking and take a little bit of the curiosity. Because if something in the story of today and Tadhg's story of today sparked a little bit of curiosity in you, take a book. Do not allow them to destroy reality and the truth. Thank you so much for watching another episode of NOW Daily.